Hey, speakers, we're going to go ahead and get into it. So go ahead and like and subscribe, and let's get started. Good evening, speakers. How's everyone doing? I am back again with another video. Now, of course, I was on a little earlier where I did do a video on my opinions in reference to the Shanquilla Robinson case. If you haven't had a chance to check that out, please go check that out. That is a topic that was really, really bothering me because I am a parent and I just can't imagine, what her mother is, going through from the day that it happened up until today. So that was something that really, really was on my heart, real, real heavy. I also mentioned in that video that if any one of my supporters or speakers would like to meet up and do like a meet and greet in Washington, D.C., they are having a march at the White House on May 19th. Now, I have reached out to the NC Beat, who pretty much does all the coverage pretty much for Shanquilla Robinson. And I reached out to him to see about getting more information on the details for the march on the 19th. So if anyone is interested, please email me and or inbox me on Instagram where we can kind of do a meet and greet, have lunch or what have you. But the main focus would be fighting for the justice for Shanquilla Robinson. Now, of course, before we get into the meat and potatoes here, kind of switching back over into our lane of course, Love and Marriage Huntsville. Everyone, please go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit those notification bells. Now, of course, if we were to go ahead and deep dive into it, so here we go. Looking at my thumbnail, pretty much basically we have Mel versus Ariane, and we're going to basically be talking about these fashions. Because if you have not seen already, your girl Ariane been kind of dropping photos, one pic a day, stating that there are new arrivals on her website. Now, I did post a picture, which is, matter of fact, the little jumpsuit that she has on, which is the very first pic. And pretty much she said it'll be added to her website. It's a new arrival, which I had kind of mentioned. Okay, maybe she heard our video where, pretty much when Martell was asking her to model her clothes, and I was saying she needs some new inventory because the only thing she still had was everything from last year. Well, I don't know if she heard the video, but we do know that she mentioned then and as well as last week to be on the lookout that she was going to be adding her spring line to her website. And I had kind of, said, okay, I'm waiting for her to do so because, first of all, I want to see what you're looking like these days. I want to see, are you prego or is you not? And definitely we would be able to tell that, if you're dropping pictures of your new clothing. So she dropped a picture on yesterday. I kind of posted it. So I did have, a lot of my speakers that said, okay, this is an old pic. And I was like, okay, well, let me go do some research. Let me go look back. Now, honestly, I looked back on her page. I really didn't see this outfit. But then I got to thinking, hold up, wait a minute. So the last time we seen her in a live, which was last week, you had braids. Also, we do know that you cut your hair because even in a recent video when you were on live, someone made mention of you cutting your hair. And we know for a fact that even if you, pulled your hair up in a ponytail, that it wouldn't produce a bun that thick and fluffy. But we do know that last year, this was pretty much your go-to hairstyle. If you wasn't around here looking like a werewolf, you had your hair pulled up in this bun and it was pretty thick. Now, keep in mind, if we all know and remember, Ariane was one of these people that talked down on women that, wanted to wear weave, and she always had something to say about this is my natural hair. And we know she would flicker her hair all day. hence the reason allegedly why she might not have no edges, because look like to me all you did was comb through it and brush through it, and it was all over your head looking like a werewolf. I don't know if she thought that was cute or however, but we know that if it wasn't all over her head, it was in this bun. Well, of course, fast forward till now, you had braids, and then prior to the braids, you had your hair, which I want to say maybe was shoulder length or maybe a little past shoulder length. But we do know that your hair would not be able to produce this thick little bun. So, one or two things. You decide to go and take a stroll down to Weaville and get some braid hair and be able to pump that hair up in that bun, or these again is some old pics. And I'm really starting to feel played because you keep posting these old pics, playing in my face, having me to believe that, okay, well, she got some new inventory. Okay, she don't look pregnant. But honey, my speakers is on it. And they saying that these pictures is old. Ariel, you got some explaining to do, honey. You got some explaining to do. Now again, here on today, she posted that second little outfit that she has on. It looked like a shimmy, little skirt or what have you. Again, same bun. And, you know, then she has on a little bodysuit, which clearly, of course, I guess she's saying if I'm pregnant, well. But again, we questioning whether these are new or old pics. Either way, I'm trying to figure out what was your motive. Now, we all heard Martell tell her in the previous video, you need to start, promoting your clothes. You need to, take pictures and this, that, and the other. Of course, she heard him and then she didn't hear him because, of course, she a couch potato. So we know whatever. But then when Melanie decided to start dropping her pictures from her photo shoot from Jay Bolin, she gets on last week and mentioned throughout all the other mess she was talking about, what she was saying but not saying. And I'll be dropping my new arrivals soon, so be on the watch out for that. Of course you are, because the show is about to come on along with Mel. Just you know posted all her pictures from her photo shoot. So here we go. So we need to try to keep up. So you see where we have Melody in her nude, because of course we know last week every day she had a different outfit, and it's kind of funny, y'all. And I'm just thinking of this. We know that on last week Melody and Jay Bolin pretty much introduced the photos and the actual outfits each day, and each day represented a different color, and she kind of explained the inspiration behind that. Can you notice that here it is? Because on the very first day Melody posted the nude, and what did Ariane do on yesterday? Posted the nude. You see what I'm saying? She posted the nude on her very first day, which was on yesterday. Okay, then now, of course, this next little outfit that Mel has on is one that she actually wore for her tour. But I was kind of trying to compare the two with what Ariane has with the shimmy skirt that she got on. So going back to the nude, you could never think that this what you came up with is comparing to what Mel has going on, because let's keep it 100, because we gonna always try to do that over here. She has a fashion designer that designed this. This is basically her presenting this. Whereas to you, I must give it to you, it is a step above what we were seeing last time or last year when you was presenting us with the Alibaba and rainbow attire, city trend, whatever, allegedly. So it does look like you've kind of moved up a little bit to Sheen, maybe. I mean, I'm not really sure. So I can't say hoorah for you for that. But again, if this is what you doing, you putting this out because this is what Melanie got going, and you trying to play um doing the tit for tat, or if you're trying to do the mimic type thing, go sit down. You could have never thought. You could have never thought. Then we move on to today again, where you posted the shimmy shimmy look. And I'm like, okay, yes, skirt is kind of edgy. Okay. But then you go and you look at Mel and her cut off shorts. She had her jean boots on and her jean shirt. And this was what she actually wore on tour. Again, it's jean, but you could tell that it's of high quality. The shimmy shimmy, you kind of giving me Fashion Nova vibe. And trust and believe, I shop from Fashion Nova, so nothing against that. But again, that's like me trying to come up against someone in my Fashion Nova skirt versus someone that has on a Versace skirt. You can't compete where you cannot compare. And let's just keep it a buck. So don't try it. Okay. So then I'm assuming probably tomorrow, because seems as though to me, again, she going in this pattern where she's posting an outfit a day. But just so happened, I went on ahead and onto a website. Okay, you playing these games, you playing in our face. Let me go ahead and grab all of these, because these is what we gonna see. So down there at the bottom, you'll see where she has on the little bodysuit like type deal, which is far to the right. Might be your left, my right. However it go. Again, look at Mel, look at her. Girl, wait, what? Now, this is a woman that has 4 children to your 2 children. She's older than you. Girl, again, you can't compete where you don't compare. So if this is where you're trying to take this and do this because you're trying to keep up, because as we all know and we've seen your pattern, you tend to try to keep up with the same wave that Mel is on. If Mel is dropping a fashion line, you're ready to get to talking about Ayers Boutique that you ain't talked about in months, because you skipped all over the winter line and went straight to spring. But okay. We know if Mel go get braids, here you coming with your braids. If Mel go get a bob, there you go with your bob. I mean, it's like always like a copycat situation. So if this is where you're trying to go, pipe down, because you can't compete where you can't compare. Now, again, this is what pretty much was on her website. I'm assuming maybe Friday she'll come out with the little pink and white little gig, or however it go, with the little short set. Again, I'm gonna say it look a little better than what you had in the past, but again, it's still questionable whether these are recent pictures or are these pictures that maybe you took last year and they didn't make the cut to drop on your line. Because of course I did go and look. I did not see these pictures posted on her page unless she erased them. But this is what she's considering to be her new spring line. We still question it, Ariane, because again, the hair, even this her face, you could tell that her face is real slender compared to what we saw even a couple of weeks ago. Let me see if I could see the picture where she was on the live to see here. Of course, y'all know I'm still working through all of this with the StreamYard, but let me see if I still have that, because I may have erased it. But just even taking a look here, just on what she had pretty much posted. Let me see if this one was one of them. No, because that's not a. I need one in the car, when she was in the car, because just looking at her in that car versus what we're seeing now, her face was not that slender. It's her face was more, full in the last video that she was, when she was doing the live in the car, her face was full. So this is not even looking like that. So I'm trying to figure out as to why are you playing in our face? Like, why are you playing in our face right now? Because this is what that's giving. It's giving you really, really playing, and these are really old pictures that just didn't make the cut. Because I'm telling you, my speakers was on it yesterday when they was like, oh no, that picture is old. Now I don't know where everyone has saw the picture, but I definitely was like, okay, yeah, y'all may be right, because the hair is what really kind of caught me off guard. And that's what kind of caught me off guard is the hair, because we already knowing you cut your hair, so your hair is not that full that's going to produce that fluffy bun that she has going on. I must don't have it anymore. Let me see what this picture was. Let me see. I don't know if this was a picture of her or not. So yeah, so this was one of the pictures. Help is still needed. So if she needed, it's still there. But anywho, look at her face there, and then kind of if we look at her face here on these pictures, they're way slender. Now, of course, we know Photoshop filters and all of that. But y'all, something is seriously, seriously telling me that these pictures may not be recent. But and what's throwing me off the most, disregard the allegations of pregnancy. What's throwing me off is the hair, mainly. But anywho, yeah. So there she have it. She's dropping her line of new arrivals. Now, on this photo here, I kind of blocked out the pricing. The pricing was here where you see those lines. But let me just tell you this. If it is Sheen, Fashion Nova, Rainbow, City Trend, she ain't got it marked at those prices, baby. She got them babies up high, yeah. And if you haven't ever been over to her website, yeah, it's yeah, it's quite pricey. But hey, you may see an outfit over there that you may like. I'm not telling nobody not to go and purchase or however it go. What I just basically wanted to bring to everyone's attention is that she has a new spring line coming out, and it seems as though she's dropping them. Maybe she has an inspiration behind the colors and the schemes and the outfits that she drop daily, similar to how Mel and Jay Bolin did, last week. So maybe she has inspiration behind that. I'm not really sure. But get your coins, girl. It's about time for you to get up off that couch and do something. We already knowing that your baby daddy allegedly may have to come out the pocket with some more coins to keep this case going. So yeah, it's about time. You might have to get up and do something. Get some motion going with yourself. But anywho, y'all, I just wanted to come on there, make y'all laugh, kiki for a second, because basically we got Ariana out here trying to compare where she, don't even, girl, it's a situation where you can't sit with us type thing. You can't sit with us. Maybe you were that girl, that it girl in high school, maybe even college. But right here in 2023, when it comes to this crowd over here, you ain't that girl. You're not that girl. And even through everything, I hope that one day that you can get yourself together, pick yourself up, dust yourself off, take accountability for what you may have done or what you have done, and get yourself together. Because at the end of the day, you have children, a daughter especially, and you don't want your daughter to see you in a light that might not be so presentable. So I only hope that you get yourself together, and she do have fans. I must say she do have fans. So and I'm not gonna never knock anyone's hustle on making any money, especially a woman with children. So I wish her all the success. But again, you can't compete where you don't compare. And it's quite obvious this is where you always tend to go. You always tend to mimic what someone else is doing. And I'm still just waiting. I'm waiting every day. That's why I got the notification bells on you. That's why I don't ever say nothing, y'all, to her, because I can't get blocked. I can't get blocked. Because when she ready to go on her rampage, I got to be there to see it and witness it so I can come back and tell y'all all about it. So I be having to be quiet. I be having to be quiet. But anywho, y'all, that was it. Just wanted to kind of lighten up the mood from my previous video. Just kind of, let y'all know, yeah, I see it. It's looking very suspicious how a lot of these outfits are looking, what she's considering to be new arrivals. That hair is not presenting new. It's presenting last year. So yeah. And it's kind of funny. You skipped all over winter and went straight to spring. But it's good that Mel was able to inspire you and motivate you to get up and do something. Shout out to you. But anywho, y'all, go ahead and comment down below. What do y'all think? Do you think these are some more pictures that was in the lost files of her phone and she decided to upload to have us believe that, she has some new arrivals and she's working and booked and busy? Or is, it maybe, I don't know, maybe she took a trip to the beauty supply and bought some weave and put it up there in that messy bun? I don't know. It's just very, very questionable. Very, very questionable. But anywho, y'all, go ahead and like the video, subscribe if you haven't already, hit the notification bells, and leave a comment down below and let me know, how do you feel? Do you still feel that these are old pics and she is actually maybe with child? Or do you think that maybe she is really got some motion going on? I don't know, y'all. I don't even know, because she got me so confused, honey. The face ain't looking the same. The hair ain't looking the same. Stuff ain't adding up. All I do know is she can't compete with she don't compare. That is just all I know. That's it. And that's all that I got for tonight. I definitely want to take the time again to thank each and every one of you. And for those of you that sent me a super thanks, I definitely, definitely appreciate each and every one of you. You know that I'm still working my way around these YouTube streets. So I wasn't able to see the actual name, but I definitely want to say thank you so, so much. You are very much so appreciated. And I love each and every one of you. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for bearing with me while I try to work all of this out. And y'all have a very good night. Have a terrific Thursday. And we'll come and kind of speak on some things on tomorrow. We'll see what's trending on tomorrow. See if they got some new mess in them Huntsville streets. And I will be sure to let y'all know. Y'all have a good night. Stay blessed.